Hey everyone, and thank you for joining me today for Sketchbook Sunday, episode 22. So before I get into the topic that I want to talk about, I wanted to apologize for the crazy lighting changes early on in the drawing time-lapse. I thought it was a good idea for some reason to use natural light to film, so Florida ended up reminding me that it can't really make up its mind between being rainy, cloudy, or sunny, so the clouds were going nuts, and I eventually got fed up and switched back to my studio lights, which I should have just used from the very beginning, but you live and you learn. Anyway, everything is more aesthetically comfortable from whenever I switch my lights. I'm working on mostly floral sketches today. Yes, I know, drawing flowers for the 1000th time. Like, are you for real, Lena? Why did I even subscribe to you? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I love flowers and I love drawing them. It's kind of therapeutic for me. And so actually, I'm not sorry. At some point in the video, you're going to see me chipping away at the charcoal pencil and turning it into charcoal powder, and I use this with a paintbrush to create a fuzzy faded texture mostly in the backgrounds, but I also use it to shade the actual drawings as well. Today I wanted to talk about whether or not the ability to draw is crucial to have before you begin painting. Now, also keep in mind that I'm only speaking from my experience. It's my own personal understanding based on the things that I've experienced in art and how my process was. So I'm biased in that way. They're just my opinions. You should absolutely seek elsewhere for different opinions and broaden your horizons and figure out what works for you. But I'm just speaking for myself here, and I am mostly referring to a realistic or semi-realistic style. Basically art that looks believable and is detailed to some degree. I'm not talking about abstract art. So in my case, I think having a grasp on drawing initially before painting was definitely helpful for painting, and I say that because from my perspective and my understanding, when it comes to drawing and painting, they're not really that different when you look at the big picture. When you really think about the basics of what you were doing, whether you were drawing or painting, you are in some way replicating reality or aspects of reality, and you are creating an image. The painting is an image and the drawing is an image. In order for it to be believable, it needs to look real, and there are a few things that help an image look believable, or like basic concepts, and they are perspective, proportions, composition, values, which consist of shadow and light, and if we're going for a colored image, we can add some understanding of color theory to that list, whether it's taught or comes naturally to you, whichever one. Either one is okay, whatever you need to do to get where you're going. For some people, things come more naturally. For others, it helps to get a little push from elsewhere, and either one is fine, honestly. So painting and drawing have all those things in common. It's just a different medium, and if anything, I think what's most important, especially if you're really new to making art and creating images that in some way portray reality, and that is to practice doing shadows, lighting, proportion, and perspective first. I just naturally kind of prioritize that. Because if you can replicate shadow and light and you can see those values in life, it can look real whether or not it's made of colors or it's monochromatic, like black and white. And then when you think about colors, it's really just light bouncing off of things. And you cannot see color in the world without light. If there's no light, things are dark. So in order to be able to see anything in life, you need light, whether it's the sun or your light bulb or a candle. So that, in my mind, prioritizes mastering that understanding of light, or being able to see light and its relationship to things. The relationship of light relative to everything you see in reality is the foundation of creating an image that looks real. And I feel that saying it that way kind of overcomplicates it a little bit. It's basically like exercising your mind. If you think about it simply, it's all about, instead of seeing the world as a whole, you learn to see the basic shapes and colors of everything. You mentally take it all in, you digest that, and then you reassemble it in your art, physically with your hands. So you can learn to do that with drawing or painting. It's just a matter of preference and which medium you like more. So that's my opinion. I think it helps to start making art in black and white first, which you can do in either painting or drawing, honestly. So whether you want to use colored pencils or paint, I think it's important to practice just doing monochromatic stuff without color initially. Especially if you are new to basically sketching things that are portrayed as looking real. Then you bring in the colors. So they're kind of the same concept, it's just two very different mediums, and with each medium comes a different level of difficulty, a different skill set. I personally think painting is a bit harder. Let me know in the comments what you think. These are all just my opinions, but I hope you guys found this rant at least a little bit entertaining or interesting. I hope you all have a beautiful week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!